It's BearlyGreat podcast once again. Back here for episode 6.
Episode 6.
Sex, baby. Did you think we'll make it this far?
I didn't think shit, dude. Past episode 3, I'm like, man, this is a real thing.
Honestly,
we're actually doing it.
We are going on strong, and honestly, the amount of times we can record this seems to be getting thinner and thinner.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay. Well, episode 6, so here we are once again.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I honestly, it was a rough couple earlier in the day, but kind of been enjoying. I've been watching a lot of TV shows. So I've been with Netflix crashing.
Oh, Netflix crashed?
Netflix crashed. Well, their stocks crashed 20%.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like it went down. I'm like, shit.
So I thought, why not just fucking log into my Netflix account and watch a couple shows. So I have a lot of shows on my list, but just never executed. Like you ever have a giant backlog?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time. Like, how much do you think you got?
Dude, honestly, I'm looking on there quite a bit, and I just realized I'm never watching half the stuff.
Yeah. So
like nothing.
For me, I could watch a show by myself, but the thing about being a couple is you no longer have that kind of luxury most of the time, I would say. You gotta watch things together. And I won't apologize. I just saw something crazy. Anyways, so yeah, you have to watch some, you have to watch it together. And the thing is, she and I just have different, interests or different, engagement levels in a TV show.
Right.
I would say.
Right.
She likes Big Bang Theory. I despise it. Speaking of like off, from our last episode, I believe we talked about last week about Office, right? Well, you know, I also hate the Big Bang Theory. Is that acceptable?
That's an acceptable answer.
Okay. But
I mean, I feel like most people who like the Big Bang Theory just don't have a clue about what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta laugh when you're told to, right? But
right. Oh, that's the joke? Okay, that makes sense.
So, obviously, I'm just like, yeah, you gotta find shows. So there's a lot that I personally want to watch, but like, I just don't know where the time is.
I mean, this is the thing though. Like, as a couple, like you can have couple things to do, but like, do you have to do everything together, even with TV shows?
No, I think so. It's hard to say because it's like she and I work different hours, so like whatever time we have, we just try to spend that time, Does that make sense?
Oh, that makes sense.
And so it kind of like depends on that sense. So like, if we got it, I'd rather watch something we both can watch. And a lot of times when I'm like by myself, I'm usually I mean, honestly, like, even if she's, like, at home, usually I end up having to be preoccupied with other things, like, other interests, like, hanging out with the guys or hanging out with the guys, So, it's, so if I get some, time where I could actually watch stuff, it usually involves, like, at the same time when I'm with my girl, so I have to find a show that I can like watch. So I had a lot in the backlog. So watched one show. It's called The Silent Sea. It's on Netflix. It's a Korean sci-fi TV miniseries.
Okay.
It's about a dystopian world where like apparently maybe water is scarce or just non-existent. Or very very scarce.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going up to space to like. This crew is going up to their space station to like grab something. they don't know what, and shit happens. You know.
It gets wild.
It gets wild. It's like got some Alien vibes where it's like
the show Alien or the
movie Alien.
Yeah.
It's got a little vibes like that.
But so my question for you though is like, bro, like, do you know the guy? There's someone who gets paid from Netflix to make like fucking summaries of movies and shit, right?
Yeah, and people get paid to just watch Netflix shows as well.
Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, that sounds like a good fucking job. I feel like I would love to do something like that. You know what I mean? Because like, you have to watch the show first in order to like make those like those summaries and everything.
Is it the Netflix people that make the summaries, or is it just like the people who made the show that make the summaries?
Do you think it's that?
Probably. So it's pretty uniform throughout all the networks.
Damn, bro, I've been living my life a goddamn lie.
I believe it's the show because now this is like me from anime background, but like in anime, they like have like the episode title like ahead of time. Like I think like Naruto or like One Piece like tells you like the next 3 episode names or some shit, and like sometimes they even give you a quick summary of what happens or some shit. So I believe the production company or whatever,
creates that
for them.
And so you're okay.
So I don't think Netflix curates, but I think Netflix creates the algorithm and then sees like, you through the viewers like, hey, is this like something, they have the algorithm on their own side that creates like what you should watch, or depending on your taste profile, like this will pop up.
Damn, dude.
But I believe other than like stuff like, I think Netflix shows obviously they would do their own, like Ozark. That's Netflix produced, so I think they have more hand in hand. But I think other shit like it's like, because like you see on the TV guide on cable network, they also have a summary of the shows as well.
I just thought they watched that stuff. But I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but like that just sounds dumb and inefficient, right?
Bro, I mean, that was my dream job you just stole from me, dude.
I mean, you could still be a person who watches Netflix.
Right.
And decide whether you like it or not. I think. I don't know what that job, other than watching movies or
Summary
TV shows,
designer.
I don't know what you do as a
summary design, dude. That's my job title.
No, I mean like the actual Netflix watching people. Like there's an actual like people that like groups of people that get paid to watch Netflix.
I see what you're saying.
I don't know what else like is part of their job description other than watching it.
I mean, you probably have to like rate it or something, right?
I think so, maybe. But you would think like the production would have test groups for that already. Studios have test groups to like have like viewing screenings and stuff like that to see what works.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of all production, You don't think they do test audiences and stuff anymore?
Well, I mean, they probably do test audiences as well too, but like, like maybe you're watching the show for the first time and they're trying to figure out like what they're adding to the demographic behind it, That'd just be my guess about everything. I don't know. I'm just still bummed that you took away my dream job. Just summarizing movies.
I didn't take away your dream job. I think
it just doesn't exist.
I think it exists. Maybe it just exists for you. You got to work in the studio. Mm-hmm. Instead of like Netflix.
Okay.
But I was back to like the shows. Like I started and finished Silent Sea. It's 8 episodes, so I was able to get that done pretty fast, which was nice. The show's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Endings whack.
Didn't see it coming.
I mean, it's not that I didn't see it coming. It's just like there's just a scene where it's just like, bro, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then I've started Archive 81 off of your recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a couple of people talking about it on Twitter too, so I thought, oh, okay, maybe. before you mentioned it, and then once you mentioned it, I'm like, maybe I'll give it a go.
I gotta try it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna watch that, and obviously Ozark season 4 has just started, so I'm it's not gonna be immediate, but me and my girl, we love Ozark, so as soon as Archive 81's done, we'll move on to the Ozark. So I'm kind of like going right back into trying to finish up a lot of Netflix shows. We have like a little grind, like it's not like we watch a show like every week.
So you're never gonna sit there, like, what do you mean, like a show every week?
Like like it's not like a thing. Like eventually, like maybe we like fill the back catalog and we go ham. Like in a 2-week span.
Right.
And then we take a break.
It's kind of like decompress from everything that you've been watching or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
it's just like being lazy to watch it as well. It's not like I'm in a hurry to watch it. It's gonna be there for a while. It's not disappearing. So
you never, cheat on your girlfriend. And when I say cheat on your girlfriend, I mean skip ahead and watch an episode or two.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Do you watch an episode or two without her?
Currently, no.
Oh, but you have.
What do you mean by that?
How you're answering the question seems pretty dodgy.
I mean, I don't know what.
Do you consider it cheating
Do you
consider it cheating?
Okay.
If you're watching a show without your girl? You guys have already discussed it.
You've already
discussed watching it previously.
I know what
and
you're
like, yeah, sure. Yeah, babe.
Do I? No. The reason is like.
While you looking on the podcast, he's squirming right now.
Ain't squirming. It's like. What I'm saying? It's like some. Like what happened? My girl's watched. You trying to call my girl out for watching The Money Heist without me?
The amount of denial this man's
you trying to
this goddamn
dude,
podcast right now.
You saying she cheated on me because she watched The Money Heist?
I swear, I'm watching this guy. He's gone through like the 5 stages of grief.
She watched The Money Heist without me, and this guy's just calling my girl out. Like, dude, I'm not here for you to talk shit on my girl, bro.
Oh no! I'm not talking shit on your girl. I'm just asking.
You just clearly said that she cheated because she watched a couple episodes without me.
Currently, you haven't cheated on your girl like when watching the show.
I believe.
I mean, it sounds like you've had some. Have you ever watched a show?
Okay.
Without your girl knowing.
Are you talking about like porn, bro?
No. I mean, at least you're honest.
All
right to the point. Have you guys watched a show together? And been like, yeah, we're gonna watch the show together.
Okay.
And then watched it without her.
So okay.
And then backtrack and be like, oh, babe, I've never seen this show before. Babe, that happened? That's crazy. Who would have thought that was going to happen? Never had one of those fake instances ever?
Yeah, we went to the movie theater. And I said I didn't watch Batman. And my friend, he said he didn't watch Batman either. So we both agreed we were gonna go see Batman with our friend Pat. So Pat was there. And he said, bro,
wouldn't it be crazy
if this person showed up in this scene? And I said, bro, there's no way. And he does. And I said, well, how the fuck did you know that? And he says to me, wouldn't it be crazy if this happened next? And I said, bro, if that happens next, I'm going to punch you in the crotch, bro. And then I started predicting what was going to happen in the movie. Are you talking about that?
Mind you, the person who hadn't seen the movie was sitting in the middle of all this.
Are you talking about that?
No, I'm talking about your girl, dog. This just
I don't recall. I just recall that one time he said, I've never seen Batman, bro. Cool, bro.
Bro, I try changing your mind. So the story that he's alluding to, we all promised we were going to see Batman together, like between the two of us. And then Pat decided to tag along. But lo and behold, I had seen Batman previously. He had also seen Batman previously. Then we come together, and at the very end, like when we're trying to like figure out a movie, I'm like, yo, can't we see this movie instead? And you're like, no, we came to see Batman.
We came to see Batman.
And I'm sitting there like, fuck, man. I got to see Batman again.
It's because we promised we would see Batman together.
And so then...
I couldn't break the promise.
Yeah. But then like...
But this man could naturally break a promise.
Just like the man I'm sitting next to now. Sitting there lying and shit. So then I got bored. And I'm like, yo, wouldn't it be interesting if Liam Neeson makes a voice appearance? Bro, how the fuck you know that? Like 3 seconds later it happens. Dude, I don't know, man. It's a lucky guess. Then what was it? I don't even remember what happened after. Just kept like there was like 2 or 3 times.
We just kept trying to predict the movie, and then like we purposely like, we're like, bro, if you do it, I'll punch you in the nut, and then so you'll purposely get it wrong. I'm like, bro, you did it on purpose, so I wouldn't have to punch you in the nut, so I'm gonna punch you in the nut. But yeah. So the story that my friend over here is alluding to is about her. I don't know. I've been dating her for about 3 months, maybe 3-4 months in, right? I think
something like that.
So
yeah,
maybe 6 months, because she started getting comfortable. She wasn't pretty comfortable with. That's a whole nother story. With coming over to my place, but she became more and more reluctant. So like she would come over, watch them, and I told her about Stranger Things. Now I've already seen season 1 and 2, and season 3 was about to come out.
Season 3 was out.
I mean, like it was coming out when I told her to start watching season 1 and 2. And season 3 came out, and I watched the entire season 3. Even though I was like, babe, we'll watch season 3 together. I don't know how it came about where I just ended up watching all season 3.
Because I was seeing a girl who was like, you haven't seen season 3 yet? And I'm like, bro, we got to soldier through this together.
Okay, so you made me cheat on my girl.
Bro, I didn't make you do shit.
That sounds like what it is. Instead of being a good friend, he made me try to ruin a relationship. Anyways, so I watched season 3, and she finally finished. Okay, so if I remember, this is what happened. She was watching season 1 and 2 at her house, and we were gonna come over to my place to watch season 3. That was it. So she had no idea. I went on my Netflix, and I had to go in, and for each episode, like if you skip the credits, like the end scene, it'll still show that you watched it, and it'll have like this giant red bar. So I went to each episode and made it so that I finished watching the fucking credits. So then it would like look like I've never seen it. It would just be an entire white bar. So it looks like I've never even watched any episode. So then I'm like, this is good. And then I had to pretend I knew nothing about season 3.
What's that, babe? The sheriff dies? I forgot his name.
Yeah, dude. How does he die? What?
Was it Hopper? Was that his name?
Yeah, Hopper.
Yeah. Hopper, what?
Wasn't season 3 the one with Sam Ganji? Or is that season 2?
Who's Sam Ganji?
He's the actor that plays Sam Ganji, It was like the girl's love, like the mom's love interest.
Oh, he died. That was season Was that season 2?
Is that season 2 or 3?
It was season 2 and 3, I think. Because don't they introduce him in season 2 and like crazy shit happens and then he dies in season 3?
I'm forgetting like the seasons. Season 3 was the song. The stupid song. They went to the summer camp, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they ever finish in season 4 up?
It's coming out this year.
Okay.
And that one I am going to be watching with my girl for the first time together.
Really? He's dedicated now.
I have to. Now that the secret is out. So, yeah, I mean, is it cheating or is it like, so the thing is like,
is it worse than cheating?
My girl, she like asks a lot of questions when we watch a movie. And the part of it is I'm very knowledgeable of the entertainment arts, I would say. So like I could predict things are going to happen even on like shows or movies or TV shows that I haven't seen, and just based on like the structure of the screenplay, stuff like that, right? And so she's like, she just thinks I know everything, even without seeing it. But some things I'm just like, bro, like, it's fucking like I don't fucking know how this monster works. Like, that's not a screenplay thing. That's a fucking lore thing. Like, I could tell you if a character dies because I've seen the scene and his like the writing structure of this character is like made for him to die. But I can't tell you the fucking lore of like what these fucking demons do, why they do, and
how
who they do. Yeah, right. So like, but and then she gets mad at me if I say like just watch the show. So like. Was it me just trying to help her answer the questions while she was watching the show? So when she asks, I could be like,
that could be a problem right there,
This is why.
Yeah. I mean, I think part of her thing, too, is like maybe because she speaks Spanish, like, that's her, like, L1, her language one for all you people out there who don't know that terminology. But, like, her L2 I don't think is as strong. So maybe she, like, misses something or doesn't know a word, and then she's like, what's happening? You know what I mean?
Correct.
And maybe she's just too scared to tell you or to admit she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, so, I mean, interesting either way. But, yeah, like I said, it's not cheating. Let me know in the comments whether you think it's cheating or not. But, like I said, it's perfectly reasonable, guys. But yeah, no, like I said, I've been watching a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies recently, and it's been pretty good. Like I said, I have a lot. And then I recently, I was a big anime fan.
Still are.
Somewhat. I mean, I've gone away from the genre, to be honest with you, but
Why do you think that is?
It's uninteresting. I don't know. It's not like I don't want to say I've grown up, because like the medium's for all ages.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to find the one that's for all ages, right? It's just like, I don't know, time constraints, and then also just like I would have to be interested. So like the problem with anime, and I think I saw like a joke about it, is like they're like anime is the only like genre or like media that's like, bro, yeah, just you just gotta sit through all this, and it get trust me, just watch. Hey, the first fucking season's terrible, but hey, once you make it past that, it's the greatest thing on earth. Like, it's always like they're always like, hey, you just gotta survive the first 4 episodes. You always got, it's like
right,
and
it's like The Office.
Yeah, okay, sure, bro. Except it doesn't get better, bro. But like
that's your opinion.
In anime, like I was a big like long time ago I was on 4chan and I boarded A, which was a sub board of anime and manga, and they're always like, yeah, you gotta have a 3 episode rule. I think that was like the that's what they used to call it a long time ago. I don't know if it's changed or not, but they call it the 3 episode rule because a lot of times in anime, a lot of their plot is like contrived, and they spend the first 3 episodes just lore dumping, or just like setting up the whole fucking shit, and it's just like it's thick on like narration and all that, and really bad, you know. In which case most shows would try to hook you and get you like, they just give you the lore dump or shit like that, you know.
Right.
Obviously not all anime do that. And a lot of the first 3 episodes is like set up pretty bad. Like it's pretty like, some are like, hey, it's just self-contained sagas, right? Like there's a like parts, like let's just say, I don't know, like fucking One Piece, right? The fucking first 3 episodes are fucking trash, I think, right?
But
but
the
you know,
rest of the 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, right. Like you gotta be like, hey, dude, once you hit Water 7 on One Piece, bro, it's the greatest shit on earth. And then you're like, once you hit Skypiea, bro, trust me. You know, it's like, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Like, like you know, like I feel like it's like one of those things where it's just like even like people like Hunter x Hunter, and I love Hunter x Hunter too. But like I think the show at times are unbearable. Like they have the Hunter exam, I think, is like the beginning season.
So the manga itself, so like the manga versus like the anime,
Yeah.
like which medium do you prefer?
I prefer. It just depends, I guess. I usually prefer the manga.
Okay.
I think as I see, like as an artist, they have like artistic creation. You know, they have a style, and then you know that style is what they chose for artistic purposes, if it's good. You know.
Right. I mean that's
Like,
that's assuming it's good.
That's assuming, like, yeah, if the artist is good, if they've chosen that style, if they've chosen that kind of like styling for artistic purposes or story-wise purposes, you know. And some of the art is sometimes, like, to be honest with you, better than animation. So animation, you know, they have to fill frames. You know, let's just say it's 24 frames per second. You have to make 24 frames. I think anime is usually done in like 12 frames, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And then in manga, you know, you have a still frame or like whatnot, but that still frame is like an action shot. Just like in a comic book, they have action, you know, shots is what they call it, where it just looks like there's a lot of kinetic energy and whatnot. So, and then like I said, some things evoke feeling. So like, a good thing is I think there's like this mountain climbing manga, Keko no Hito or something like that. It's about a guy. Okay. He does rock climbing, and I think he's got some social issues and whatnot, and he finds passion in rock climbing, and he's like a solo climber is what they call it. So like normally when you go like climbing, you need a partner. You need a partner because for safety reasons.
Right.
And there's this group of people who are like daredevils who climb solo, right? Solo climbing. So it's a story about this guy. I think his name is Buta or something like that, and he is, you know, a solo climber. Or like he's in high school, and then it follows his story as he grows up and in his journey as he solo climbs. So I think one of the high peak of the ending is that he's trying to climb K2, which is like one of the most dangerous like mountains to climb, you know?
Right.
And he's climbing it solo basically at this point. And then once he reaches the peak, it's this like nice 2-page panel, and it's like a beautiful shot, you know, and there's like artistic bullshit and all that. Like I don't know, like probably animated, it'd probably be good. But like when I've seen the image on like the pages, you know, it's like looking at a painting, right? Like, you know, like the still frame, like you can like create a story with the Mona Lisa, but the Mona Lisa itself is going to be better than whatever animated Mona Lisa you're going to do, right? I think.
Like you can't like make better the original. it's like darn near impossible at that point.
And it's not like you create like the people that make the anime, they're not the artist that made the manga, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're usually someone who's just like copying their art style, and that's always going to be a little different now.
Because that's someone else's take or perspective behind everything.
Yeah, and whatnot. So I mean, just depends, you know. Some I think are better, you know. You know, like voice acting. There's got to be something about like voice inflection and, you know, the medium of sound in a story is definitely like something that can't be overlooked, you know, like performance wise, you know, like, so yeah, you know, just depends, but like I usually prefer the manga if it was an adaptation.
See, that makes sense.
But yeah, like I said, like Hunter x Hunter, you know, like people say like, you know, like it's good, but like you have to like wait till it gets good. How many shows can you say like, okay, my thing is like I watched Luther, UK or BBC,
British Detective,
BBC, British Detective show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking it's goldmine first episode. I don't gotta wait.
Which is the best part.
I'm hooked in the first 15 minutes.
Right
I'm hooked in the first 15 minutes of the show, right? I watched Hannibal. I'm hooked in the first 5 minutes.
It's a good show.
It's a good show. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm comparing good shows, but like with anime that's like considered good, sometimes like they're like, bro, you gotta wait. So like I think one is like it's called like Puella Magi Madoka or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love this show, right? And I think I watched it, and you know, watched the first. You know, they give it the 3-episode rule, right? The first 2 episodes is about these girls who are under contract to become magical girls and have to fight demons or something like that. It's like Sailor Moon kind of thing, but like with 10-year-olds.
Okay.
Right? And you're like, okay, yeah, cool. Whatever, yeah. Animation's pretty cool, I guess. Episode 3, you know, not spoiling anything. I guess it's spoiling, like, girl head gets decapitated. And the whole show turns like 360. It becomes from a like
180.
Yeah, 180, right? It's like the show turns from solely like, oh, it's a happy show about these girls being magical girls and all that, to no, it's a fucking horror story. Wake up. You've become you've signed a contract with a goddamn demon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're gonna die. And your friends are gonna die. You know, and you know, like it's a 3-episode rule, right? For that reason, you know. And then some shows like you enjoy, you watch the first 3 episodes. Like I watched a show called Samurai Flamenco. It's a show about a guy in modern times who dresses up like a Power Ranger because he's seen Power Rangers, right? And he wants to be a hero. He's an actor, or like a. He's either an actor or like a model, mm-hmm. one of those, basically, right? And he has a secret hobby where he wants to go around town and protecting people and being a superhero. So he dresses up in a costume, and he just like stops like a petty theft or stuff like that, or helps like women cross the road or stuff like that, right? Being a hero in modern times. Mm-hmm. It's like this nice little like, I don't know, slice of life with like him bantering with a cop. Like there's a cop there and he's like, yo, you can't be dressing up like that. That's kind of crazy. And it's just like a comedy show, right? Mm-hmm. I'm watching this. I think it's like, and I'm digging it because I'm like, yeah, you know, that's kind of cool. Nice slice of life. Nice relaxing show. I think it's episode 7. They introduce something that's called Guillotine Gorilla. It's like a drug bust. You know, they're having a drug, but they go in. A guy takes a pill, turns into a fucking ape with a guillotine as his belly, and chops and decapitates the police officers, and people die. And then the show just goes into 180. And after that, the show just gets weirder, like every episode.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, the show is horrible, but like the ride that it's like You're riding this slow roller coaster. It's like a roller coaster, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
and
when you're going up, you're going up, right? All the way up. That's like the first 7 episodes. It's fucking boring. Like, no one likes to ride up, right? No one likes it. You know, you're just like, damn, this is boring. You know, like, what the fuck am I doing here? You hit Gorentin Gorilla. You know, that's the peak. You said, what the... Boom. You're going... There's loop-de-loops everywhere. There's fucking... Megatron, you know, pulls up. Or fucking... the guy becomes God. You know, like... I mean, the show is crazy. You know?
Mm-hmm. It's just
but
all
like,
over the
how
place.
can you... But then, like, if that's what you wanted, like, the crazy loops, right? You know, let's just say that's what you were into. How can you be like, bro, just... You gotta trudge through the first 7 episodes, bro. Like, you just gotta...
I mean, couldn't you just hypothetically just skip the first 3 episodes?
I feel like you could, like, have less of an appreciation, right? Like, how can you appreciate the show going batshit insane when the first 7, like, episodes are just, like, grounded reality, and then, like, rape happens in episode 9, and you're like, yep, like, this is just life now. Like, or you look, you know, when you're, like, you look back, and you're like, you gotta be able to find... You know, the crazy things are only crazy when you have a medium baseline, right?
Okay, I see. So you're saying, like...
How can you appreciate the roller coaster ride without knowing where you started, which is, like, going up?
Right.
You know?
Now, see, that... I could understand that. Now, that's a difficult thing to be saying. But, like, at the same time, too, like...
Nah, that's just with that show.
To just try and skip part of it or something?
That's the thing, right? Like, even with, like, One Piece, right? There's, like, 1,000 episodes, maybe. How can you get into that show at this point, right? It's like... People are like, yeah, it's great, right? But, like...
That's a show.
I don't have time to fucking watch 900 plus episodes, right?
That's an insane show to be getting into, especially with, like, you know, watching someone else on, you know, mutual time frames.
Yeah, I'm never watching like that. I'm just saying, like...
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just saying.
That's a your own project.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But, like, and the thing is, like, anime, too, it's, like, some of them are, like, long-standing. Now, not all of them. Like One Piece, you know, like, that shit, you know, although very popular, like, dude, that shit's like a commitment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a full-on commitment.
I mean,
like, let's just say we watched an episode a day, right? Like, an episode a day. It would take you, like, 3 years.
And by then... more than 3 years, too.
And by then, bro, it probably would be more episodes, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's
like,
going
right?
to be more than 3
Well,
years.
It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, ain't that fucking wild to think about?
Just time-wise, yeah, that's fucking whack as shit.
Yeah, so, like...
And that's assuming you're not getting bored with it, too. Like, you're just going to be sitting there, like, watching an episode a day.
Yeah, and then I would say my next thing with anime is I'm just so used to, like, the Netflix culture, where all the episodes are out.
Mm-hmm.
And I could just watch it. And I don't have to wait. So, like, I usually just wait till the season's over, and then I've gone to watch it now instead of, like, waiting weekly. I used to be the guy that's just like, yes, I am going to watch the show each week. And very into it, and it's very engaging, and I talk on the forums, you know, I chat online, you know, and I have that discussion. I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen, or... You know, but, like, I've almost lost that, like, feeling of wanting to do that and speculate, and just been like, yeah, I just want to watch the whole thing and be done. And I think that's another problem that I have. Like, okay, I'm watching 86. It's an anime. That shit is so it's a fantasy, sci-fi, maybe just a dystopian sci-fi.
Dude, you and your dystopian shows.
Anime is all about dystopian fucking societies, bro, at this point. And with robots and shit, and they gotta, like, fucking... It's a really good anime, don't get me wrong. And there was season 1 and season 2 started, and season 2 was in production hell. Mm-hmm. And it's not complete, and I won't be able to see the last 2 episodes until, like, 3-4 months from now.
Dude, really?
Yeah.
3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months from now.
Jesus Christ.
So like, imagine like how engaged I would feel when like I can't be why like I'm watching this show weekly, and then like sometimes they're like, oh yeah, no, our episode ain't coming out, and they would have like 2-week break or like 3-week break, or they're like, yup, nope, that shit ain't coming out, sorry. And I'm like, great, like this is why we have problems, you know, like.
Mm-hmm. So you're just stuck there in limbo, essentially. Just
anime is weird too, because like I don't know how it's done, but I feel like they make the show like South Park, where it's like week to week. They're just on a time crunch or some. They have to be something like that.
Right.
Because how do you not get these episodes out? Like they're not all finished, I believe, from my understanding. Right? I don't know how it works, but you know, like obviously they can't be because the fucking episode never came out. Right? It's in production now. Like I watched Kekai Sensen, which is like a really cool like battle action anime, you know, fantasy action anime. And fucking they're like, "Oh, nope, we can't finish it." So lope, and like it never ended on one of like the seasons. Like the last episode just never aired. And then it finally aired like 2 years after the show.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, you know, like these are like the problems I have with like the
there's
anime
no
genre.
continuity behind everything.
Yeah, like even famously like Evangelion, like the most famous like one of the most famous anime.
Yeah.
Like Ano was under like a time crunch, and then he didn't like really like end the anime how he wanted to.
Right.
So he had to like after a year make a movie so he could end the anime how he wanted to. Which he just redid the last like I think 2 or 3 episodes of the TV show, and they made a movie out of it called End of Evangelion, which is like the last 2-3 episodes, but like how he wanted to do it. Yeah.
Made longer.
And I'm just like, these are the problems I have, you know, like. Now, not all anime are like that, obviously, but it's just like, even historically good anime are like whack like that, you know.
Where do you watch all this at? Is this like on
I just Crunchyroll, you know. I've you know, Netflix has anime too now. You know, Amazon Prime, like a lot of mediums have picked up anime. I used to watch anime like back in the day. Anime was not as prevalent. You had to watch that on YouTube or fucking whatever illegal. I used to download anime long time ago. Like I downloaded episodes and I watch it and all that. But now I stream it. It's very accessible. I'm no longer an illegal pirate, you know. I'm paying for. I'm doing everything legally, or what I believe is legally. But yeah. No, the Crunchyroll. I think Funimation has some too. So I looked at Funimation. They had a couple anime I wanted to see. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll, you know. And the worst thing about anime is like I said, like some of them you know is good, but you just can't even like come around to watch it. What about you? You like anime?
I mean, I do. I don't really. I'm not as. I don't know. I mean, I've kind of gotten into whatever you've watched or shown me. Yeah, that's just the main thing. But like, I don't sit there and think to myself like, "Oh, this is a good."
Yeah, you
good
don't
anime.
want to go out and watch it on your own.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. It's just there's just so much like of a media platform that I just don't know what to watch.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like a fucking 70, 80-year-old medium, right? There's a lot. Classics.
You know,
60s, I think, was when anime, right? 60s, so like what, 20, yeah, almost 60 years, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever just sit there, like, even when you, like you were talking about earlier, like when you're queuing things up, like you just sit there and like, there's just so many choices. I just kind of get overwhelmed to a point and I just kind of shut everything off. You know what I mean? Or I'll turn on some show that I've sat there and I've already watched before, you know, because it's like a comfort show or something of that nature. I just don't. I don't know, like sometimes, like I said, like I have like all these things and stuff that I want to see, and then, you know, you turn on Netflix just to find something to watch while you're, you know, eating your food or, you know, doing a chore around the house or something, and I just get overwhelmed and I just kind of shut everything off.
Yeah, it's also, like I said, it's hard to like recommend it too. You know, I think anime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we watch Kaiju together.
Dude,
Kaiju's a gambling anime about a man who's in debt and has to gamble his way out of debt.
Right.
And it's a very thrilling show. Season 3 never. But yeah, like I mean, and then my next problem is with anime is some of it just never ends. Like it like leaves you on a cliffhanger, and then you're like, I wonder where it's gonna go, and it's never picked up, and now you're just like, I'm left with this feeling of like despair.
Right.
Yeah, like famously, like I watched Darker Than Black season 1 and 2, and season 2 ends on a cliffhanger. It's been like almost 15 years. maybe not, maybe like 10 years or some shit like that, right? 10
right.
12 years, and I'm just like, dude, like,
but either way you're missing out.
I'm just like, dude, what happens, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my problem with like these like large, like in these animes and stuff like that. It's just like a large incorporated story, and then they just never finish.
Dude, I feel you. I feel like that was the same way too with like the Cowboy Bebop, like
Oh yeah, for that live action.
the live action. Yeah, I mean, they took the story in a different way and a route, but you just didn't. You just have no idea like where they're going with it, and there's no sense of it actually being finished since it's been canceled. I don't know.
It's over.
That's also like another thing too. Like I'm always afraid of like getting hooked onto a show and then it just not finishing up.
Hey,
like there's
talk
just
to me
no
about
sense.
Hannibal.
Do I know?
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Ever since then, dude, it's just never been the same.
Yeah.
Just haven't been able to find a show where I'm like, bro, I'm committed to this, and you know, like I know that there's an actual ending to it. I don't know.
That's why I like wait till the show's over for me. Like I said, I can't just like
Start something
and then pray that like I'm gonna see a conclusion to it, because I probably won't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's some trust issues, right? But yeah, I don't know.
So you got trust issues?
No, I ain't got trust issues.
But yeah. I don't know, man. That's just my thing. I don't know. I just think, like I said, I just get so overwhelmed with everything, and then just if I do find something, I just have a hard time starting it. Like fucking, what was it? There's like the horror movie thing that they brought out, the 3-part on Netflix, Fear Street.
Fear Street. Yeah, I watched I watched that.
When I watched all 3 of those, I had those queued up for probably a good 2-3 months, and then, you know, when I got sick with the vid, I was like, well, I mean, there's no time like now to like just start watching all this stuff. And I sat there and I just watched TV for like 2 weeks. I got caught up with a bunch of stuff, but at the same time, I also wanted to like have my undivided attention. I was kind of in and out of like, you know, sleeping and napping and just making sure I was paying attention because I didn't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you didn't have to pay attention to watch Fear Street.
I know. I realized that afterwards. I'm like, damn, dude, I could have took a nap.
Yeah, you could. I took a nap. I think on the second movie or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely fell asleep somewhere. And I wake up and my girls finished the show. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. You ever like look at a show and just like, this looks like a commitment, like too much commitment?
New Girl.
New
That's
Girl.
That's a terrible show, but I mean, yeah. It's
like
New
for
Girl.
me, it's like I have to be in a mental state to watch something. Like I want to watch nothing trashy, but that would mean that it has to be intellectually like appealing,
Mm-hmm.
and that would mean I have to give like some ounce of like attention.
Right.
And that may not work out for me all the time. And then I would like not watch it, even though I know it's probably like something I would really love.
But you just put it on the back burner and be like, I need to watch this like at a time.
I put it on a list and it just stays on the list though. And I just have to like be committed. Like one day I'm like, yeah, I have to watch this. Yeah, it's like today is the day.
Right. I'm gonna take this on. I'm gonna tackle this fucking.
Well, that's my problem because I just feel like I know what's good and what I'm gonna like, but I'm just like, dude, I don't know if I want to watch it today. I don't know if I want to watch it tomorrow. And if you don't want to watch it today, you don't want to. Yeah, my girl's not gonna. I'm scared that she's not gonna understand it too. But yeah, that's my next problem with like picking out shows. It's just like, am I in the mood to watch something that's gonna like intellectually like, appeal to me?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I just want something brain dead? And like nice viewing. Like I used to like honestly had a time where I just used to think like those brain dead shows were just hot garbage, but I've came to realize that's what I basically watch now.
Do you think being in a relationship has like dumbed you down?
I think just life has given me like no time to like be like invested in things
like you used to.
Yeah,
I feel ya.
Freedom is less and less nowadays. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to watch more shows though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone on the comment section can recommend a couple shows, couple anime. Maybe for James. Recommend anime for James and recommend some good TV shows that my girl and I could watch.
Not Friends though.
Not The Office though. But yeah, I think that's gonna conclude it for today, right? I mean,
an extension of our movie listings.
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, I'm James.
This is Ryan.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Holy shit.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.